for it.
All right, everybody. Today we're going to be hearing from Chris, who's our newest member. I had the pleasure of meeting him at our mixer on Monday. Great guy, newer to the industry. Could really, use some help and support, some face-to-faces to get it going, but has a really great personality, and enjoy hearing what he has to share with us. So, Chris, take it away.
Hey guys, let me get this going. All right, guys. So, hey, this is the story of me. Mortgage loan officer with Gen Next Funding, of course, but who am I really? So I'm somebody who believes that you should live life to the fullest. The idea of if your dreams don't scare you at least a little bit, maybe they're not big enough. And if you're too comfortable, you're definitely not growing. So I've always tried to kind of push the boundaries of what I can do and what I should do. So here I am, be it skydiving or mountain climbing in New Zealand to hang gliding, whitewater rafting and canyoning in Switzerland, traveling Europe, kayaking in the lake behind my parents' house. Just love to be out there and experiencing new things. So that was me. Now, I met this beautiful young lady. This is my wife of 10 years this September. Her name's Veronica. We started with the two of us and two dogs. We're down to one dog now, but we added two little girls to the mix. So now it's the four of us. So fun fact here, this was taken on our wedding day. And pretty much the day this photo was taken, my wife and I knew each other exactly 6 months. So it was one of those things where it's like, I hate to be cliche, but when you know, you know, and that was really the situation. So best thing I ever did. So these are the two little ones, my two little princesses. The one on the left there is Emma. She's my oldest at 5. And the one on the right is Alessandra. She's the youngest at 3. And they really just have taught both of us how to be parents, how to be, better. And they're a reason why. Really, everything that we do is to build something for them. That's Emma teaching me how to be a dad. So it's been a whole lot of fun, really just growing and watching them grow. Now, I don't feel the need to jump out of perfectly good airplanes anymore. But I do have a dream to one day have my pilot's license. That's my friend Felix in the top right there. He does have his license to be a pilot. So we went out a little while ago, and he's been a really great mentor to that guy that calls you and says, hey, Chris, have you started your pilot training yet? One day, my goal is to be able to tell him yes. So soon that will be the case. Took my daughter rock climbing when she turned 5. She absolutely loved it. So now I have a climbing partner. And like I said, not jumping out of airplanes, but I do have the motorcycle. So no need for speed, guys. Just, no wheelies, just loving the ride and enjoying it, staying safe. But it's a whole lot of fun. So here's the next phase of my life together with my wife. We are going to start building something that we can give a legacy to my kids and my future generations here. My wife recently got her license to be a realtor in the great state of New Jersey, myself as a loan officer. So we're going to partner together and, like I said, build a legacy that we can pass down. But enough about me. Let's talk about the fun thing of mortgages. So what's on the tip of everybody's tongue nowadays is there's going to be a recession. Maybe I'll wait until home prices go down. Oh, I'll wait to see what happens with interest rates, right? But this is a really great graphic. It shows you the past 9 recessions that we've had in the country and what impact they had on the National Housing Price Index, so the average price of homes across the country. So the average thing that happens during a recession with home prices is nothing. They continue to go up. They might flatten off here. I understand that everybody thinks that they're going to come down because the 2008 financial crisis is so fresh in all of our minds. But the 2008 financial crisis was based on mortgage-backed securities. That's what caused it. The current situation that we're in, has nothing to do with, the housing market. We have the millennials that are coming into their home buying season, their peak home buying season next year, and Generation Z, right behind my generation, they're buying more houses than me. So there's a good chance that we're going to continue with a strong, housing prices and strong market for some time to come. But why should you buy a home, and why should you help your children buy homes earlier than they might be able to? Let's take a look at this based on, a stock market investment compared to investing that same amount of money into a home purchase. So if you send your kids a gift of $10,500 and you put it in a mutual fund, average returns after 5 years, you're going to get an extra $6,000 or so, right? Do the same thing. Give your kids a 3% down payment and $10,500. But the cool thing about that in real estate is you're actually allowing them to buy an asset of $350,000. Now, the appreciation is going to be on the value of the asset, not the money you put in. That's leverage. So it's something that doesn't normally happen in regular investing, and that's why investing in a home is so powerful. Average returns or appreciation on a home purchase, about 4.5% a year. After 5 years, that's over $86,000 in equity that they'll have. So keep that number in mind, because we're going to go back and revisit it with the next slide here. Another thing that happens when you make payments on your mortgage is it's something called forced savings. So every time, even on your first mortgage payment, 20% of that payment goes towards the equity of your home, which again, that's forcing you to put money into your home savings. Got it. And essentially, after 5 years, you've paid down your mortgage on average about $27,000. Okay, so if we add the equity that you've paid into to the equity that's grown in value of your home, that's over $113,000 that you now have access to. You can sell your home, buy something bigger, invest in something different, and imagine being able to do that for your kids at a younger age. So we all want what's best for our children. We all want to do, what we can. Give them an investment that they can live in. There's not many things that do that. So real estate is definitely a key. Other than that, guys, I just want to encourage you, remind you, smile often, enjoy, and have a wonderful day. Thanks for coming.
That was great, Chris. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions for Chris today? I'm like looking for hands somewhere. I think everybody's a little bit afraid of the housing market, right? So
yeah, a little bit.
We're all trying to figure out what it all looks like.
Willie has his hand up.
It's been so crazy. Who has his hand up? Willie.
Yes.
Willie,
yes.
Go for it.
Yeah, thanks so much for that, Chris. Question I have for you is based on the way the market is, now they're talking about gas prices possibly coming down, but is it a myth that I know you mentioned something about it, but is it a myth that possibly the homes are going to start leveling off so where they're not inflated?
So you said it, leveling off is more likely. And like I said in the presentation, I understand that everybody has, the 2008 financial crisis in their mind where home prices crashed. There's not going to be a crash this time, because what happened after 2008 is the federal government really rewrote the book on mortgage lending. So the people that bought after that crisis can afford their homes. And if they can't, look, there's no reason to go into foreclosure and let it go back to the bank. There's great people like Corey and my wife now and all these other realtors that can help you sell for top dollar. So as far as the values going down, going backwards, and people saying, hey, let's wait until they come back down, it's going to level off, like you said. And after it levels off, the demand of the Generation Z, they're buying more homes than the millennials. It's just clear, in the books. So the demand is there. And in my generation, the millennials, we're not even at peak home buying season yet. So with the demand being high, it's going to level off for a little bit, because everybody's afraid of rates. And then it's going to keep going back up like it has been. We're basically returning to normal. So,
thanks.
Yeah.
Stephen.
Yeah, just a little historical perspective, which Chris, I'm sure you'll know. The rates, rates now compared to where rates were 6 months ago, when you were looking at 2.5%, 3%, seem to be materially higher, but historically they're not. Historically, they're actually at or lower than where they were even 4 or 5 years ago.
Easily, so, yeah. The average over the last 20 years is like 7.5%.
Yep.
A 6% rate, I'm happy. The CEO of my company always makes this joke that I forget when he bought his first home, but he always says that the interest rate on my first home was 14% and I didn't care. You buy a home when the need arises, not when the rates make sense, not when the prices go down. You can't time the market. You just got to get in there. And once you do, you get to appreciate all the value that comes with owning a home. So
the other factor that I'm seeing with my daughter, who's 31, she wants to buy a home desperately. The rents are so crazy that it makes so much sense to buy a house the minute you can.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah, well, I took a screenshot of the investment of stocks versus houses too. Yeah. Like that's super important. I'm going to show that to my Floridian Subaru owning boyfriend because he's always putting into the stocks and I'm like, get us a house.
Yeah. Stocks are good. I'm not knocking them. I came from JP Morgan. I understand that world too, but a home is the only investment you can live in, to my knowledge. So,
all right, guys, I am going to end the recording, but I do have to say, Chris, that was clearly a really great presentation. It got lots of conversation going. I think everybody here wants to have a face-to-face with you. So good job. Thank you so much for that this morning.
Thank you.